Yo, what's good, everyone? Chapter 1039 just dropped, and I'm not gonna lie, this is probably gonna be one of the shortest reviews I've ever done on this channel because not much happened. I'm not gonna lie to you, literally not much happened, but this was just insanely cool. Like, genuinely, I feel like me recording a reaction to this chapter would have been a lot more enjoyable overall than a review of this chapter, because genuinely there were so many moments where I'm just like, bro, or oh my god, kind of like muffled because I'm just talking to myself in a call, because I'm reading this in a call, and just wow, this chapter was super fun. And I'm so glad that the trend of blank versus blank being the end of a fight has kind of just been shattered with Big Mom, because Big Mom, like I said in the last video, she's a crazy important deal, and I'm just really glad that it wasn't over in the last chapter. And I don't even know if it's over right now, because this is so hype, and I'm just like, I want more of this. This would be really fun. But if we go back to Luffy and Kaido next chapter, oh my god, very sick stuff. But before I actually get really in depth with it, if you enjoyed the chapter, who didn't, literally, and want to see more One Piece stuff, stick around, consider supporting the channel, and hope you enjoyed the video. So I really want to go a bit in depth on some of the attacks that have happened in this chapter, because they were just sick. They were really cool. Specifically, I'm going to start with Big Mom's attacks, because this is really kind of neat for me right now, because the main reason I started this channel was because of chapter 1013, where she uses the Mazer Cannon, which is a Godzilla reference, and that led to my Vegapunk theory finally being, clear, like, okay, something's actually possible here. First Godzilla reference in all of One Piece in chapter like 1000 something. Maybe this will lead to this, And seeing we get another Mazer attack, the Mazer Saber. So it's like this massive, like, lightsaber beam thing. It's really cool. It reminds me, because I'm literally addicted to Amphibia at this point, Andrius's sword, which is pretty awesome. And honestly, it was just really cool. It had the same little cage effect that the cannon had with the multiple beams. So that was a cool, sort of continuation of the design aesthetics of the Mazer Cannon attack. So very cool. I like that it's not just a beam, but also a sword. Sick. But not gonna lie, the like sentient woman thing that she made, I think it was called Mother Homing Misery, that was awesome. I was genuinely like, that was so unexpected to me. It felt like such a perfect continuation of her homies and her devil fruit mixed together. And obviously the homies and the devil fruit are already, mixed together, but it felt like obviously Prometheus is a fire thing, Hera is a cloud thing, so putting them together and giving their after effects the Soru no Mi, just, it created this cool, like, golem sort of thing, and it was really cool. I genuinely really liked it, and I'm just curious, could she make one out of fire, perhaps, instead of just clouds? I don't know. I just think it was really cool, and I liked it a lot. Very unexpected, and very cool to see. So, yeah. Big Mom's attacks in this chapter, super fire. And, of course, she got bodied, but I just want to highlight them first, And, by the way, when I say she got bodied, this is not meant to be like oh, Big Mom sucks. Like, I love Big Mom, and you can see it from the beginning of my channel. Literally, I have a video called Why She's So Overhated, which I still don't understand. Big Mom is pretty awesome, and I would just love to see more of this stuff. Genuinely, it's just cool. You know what I mean? And back on the topic of Big Mom, I don't know if this fight's over, but if it is over, really fun. I do wish there was more, because this is just sick. This is one of the most important characters in the world right now. We're seeing her go all out, and it's just fun. And luckily, though, we're seeing Law and Kid really go all out. And let's start with Law, because there's a whole joke that goes on throughout this chapter, and I think it was chapter, I forget which one specifically, but it was on the roof, and Luffy tells Law to get Kinemon down to, it might be, that's I think chapter 1000 when that happens, but I don't remember if it's chapter 1001 where Law's like, you made it look like you told me what to do. And we kind of get a continuation on that with Kid seemingly telling Law what to do, and Kid always doing the following attack after Law does it, making it seem like Law is like, you know, not the big deal that he is. And I think that joke's really funny, so I like that that came back. And it came back in a pretty cool way because it actually played into the whole kind of action climax of this fight right now, if this is the end, like I said. Now, Law does this absolutely insane attack. I don't really know how it works, but it's essentially the same thing as Kroom from the last chapter, where it went right through Big Mom's face all the way through her, which was pretty awesome. But for this one, I think it's called Puncture Will. That's what the attack says. It goes through Big Mom, but then through the island and then into Wano below, which is not only a great signifier that Onigashima is now like over Wano, which I think is pretty cool, outside of literally Oda telling us it's over Wano. But it just was really neat. I didn't expect such a grand sort of attack from Law, because he's a lot more, you know, hyper fixated attacks, you know, nothing really that crazy, except for like that one thing from Punk Hazard where the room was like stacking all the ships together. That was really cool. But usually it's very, you know, pinpoint attacks. This one was just like, oh, through the island all the way to the mainland. Really, really cool stuff. And speaking of Wano being right over the mainland, I'm going to talk about, before I get into Kid being, you know, the end of the chapter, I'm going to get into Momo's stuff right now. We see that Momo is trying to move the flame clouds to push Onigashima back, and we hear that something is talking to Momo, which it's Zunisha, obviously. And I just thought that was cool. I like that Momo is hearing Zunisha talk. It reminds me of, you know, literally the start of Zoe. So very cool to see. Very curious how that's going to be moving forward, and makes me think back to the Marines' importance right now. So very interested, especially since this could be the end of Big Mom. Maybe the Marines are going to try and move in, like, oh, one of the emperors is defeated, time to go. Things are going to get crazy right now. So very exciting stuff. And now for the final stuff in this chapter, Kid. And Kid killed it this chapter. He was a lot more impressive in this one, in my opinion, than he was in the last one. Not only are his abilities a lot more magnet-centric, not just literally being a magnet, but, for example, turning Big Mom into a magnet once again, in a more unique way, in my opinion, where he turned the tower into a north magnet, her into a south magnet, and they stuck together. Thought that was pretty cool. And Big Mom just keeps showing up this chapter. Not only is the art for her like pretty stellar throughout this whole chapter, I love the facial expressions that she has, where she looks so menacing. I also didn't mention this earlier, but in an attack from Law, Big Mom's arm is just totally like destroyed, but she heals it, and then she's like, she has really swole arms for one panel. I thought that was pretty funny, and I wanted to mention that. But anyway, back to Kid. That magnet attack, fire. I thought that was really, really cool. And we see a bit more of Kid throughout the chapter, where it's like, you know, why do you keep arguing, telling me what to do? Like, I just want to defeat Big Mom, you know what I mean? So, oh my god, I'm just looking back on some of this art while I'm talking about it right now. There's just one panel of Kid, Law, and Big Mom, and it's so sick, especially because like the backgrounds, there's no background, but it's just like, ugh, the impact is crazy. I really like it. That's honestly probably going to be the thumbnail. But anyway, to the ending of this chapter, because oh my god, I love it because Law's attack does this massive crater after it finally hits the mainland, and that's what causes the big impact for Big Mom, meaning Law's done, like you said. But then Kid comes through with a literal railgun, and it's just like, bro, what? And like, that's something that could actually make a crater like that, I feel, you know? And obviously, being magnet powers, a railgun just makes perfect sense. It's an electromagnetic cannon, and that's what a railgun is in real life. So Big Mom literally says, you think you could take me down? Give your best shot. I'm Big Mom. Like, I'm Big Mom. Like, she knows. And then Kid says, that's why I'm going to finish you off, and blasts Big Mom with this massive beam, like literally just massive laser, and it looks sick. Like it looks genuinely really, really cool. And then Law finishes the chapter off with a "Your era ends now," bro. So fire. Honestly, Kid really showed up this chapter. These attacks feel a lot cooler than the Bull. Like, don't get me wrong, the Bull wasn't lame, but compared to this, the Bull is like, you know, like the Bull's like a B tier. You know what I mean? It was cool. It fits with his personality of being very, you know, like edgy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, he's edgy, but that's part of the appeal. You know what I mean? But these are just cool. These are cool attacks. And honestly, I really like the one where all the metal got pushed onto her from a few chapters ago. That was really cool as well. The Bull, I was like, it's cool. But, you know, this is just, these attacks are really great. I'm very curious on what exactly is going to happen as a result of this chapter. Like, is Big Mom done? I don't think so. I feel like Big Mom's importance in the story is going to last for a lot longer than this. I would hate it if she gets amnesia. That would be terrible. Right now, oh my god, that'd be really bad. But I'm just trying to think, how exactly is this gonna go? I feel like she could be done right now. You know what I mean? She could, you know, just be out, knocked out. She's done. She's not gonna die. Definitely not gonna die, because she's too important to Elbaf to die. And I feel like we're going to Elbaf. So having Big Mom there, very important. Or, I don't know. Maybe her being taken down is what the Straw Hats need for Elbaf. Very intriguing. I just feel like there's a lot of potential for what exactly is going to go down after this. And I know that the meltdown on Twitter and stuff like that, the Kid stands and the Big Mom stands are going to be fuming. Not that there's a lot of Big Mom stands, except like Cash. But you know. Man. I just feel like there's so much potential here. And I want this to keep going. I really, really do. Because I'm liking this fight a lot. And don't get me wrong, that was a cool ender. But I just don't think Big Mom's done. She has a lot of story potential. One of the strongest in the entire One Piece world. And if this is it, cool ender. And I'm very curious to see what exactly happens after. Like, what are Kid and Law gonna do? Law seems like he's done. Like, he's tired, you know? He's saying, like, this is my last attack. And he landed it, you know what I mean? But Kid still, I think he's raring to go, you know? He might try and just go to the rooftop for Kaido. That'd be pretty sick. And I'm not gonna lie, I am a bit surprised Kid seemingly didn't use any, like, hockey yet. I really thought that would have been part of the, like, trump card that he was talking about. Overall, I really, really did enjoy this chapter. I loved the action, and it was all action, so I loved it. Like, simple as that. I know I literally said, oh, this is going to be kind of a short review, but I don't know. I'm just talking about the ramifications of what's going to go on after, the action being awesome, which it was. I really, really want more of Big Mom's misery attack. That was so fire, and totally unexpected. So, very, very much like that. And yeah, that's really it from me. I'm curious, what was your favorite moment of the chapter? Which attack did you think was the coolest one? And actually, what panel did you think was the coolest one? Because I felt like the art in this chapter was really, really great as well. So yeah, that's it for me. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider supporting the channel. It would mean a lot. And hope you have a good one.